even made Doucette look like a screaming noob in their recent debate, and it was almost shocking watching the juxtaposition between the two of them when that was going on, as Coach Greg was completely outclassed by Alex's arguments in spite of Alex being something like 20 years his junior. What's up guys, Enkiri here, and today I want to talk about Alex Leonidas, aka AlphaDestiny. And if you've been following my channel for a while now, or you just happen to run across some of my older videos, then you probably have seen me clown Alex a little bit in the past. But today it is time for me to formally retract those prior sentiments and assertions and eat my own fucking words. Now, I was actually inspired to make this video after my recent video titled 3 Ineffective Fitness YouTubers to Avoid, and someone who commented on that video took a guess before watching the video that Alex would be on that list, and I had to tell him that he was not on the list because these days Alex is the fucking man. And I had to wonder if my previous stance on him had some influence on what this commenter was saying. Maybe not, but either way, because of that comment, I realized that it was time for me to retract the things that I've said and give Alex the positive endorsement that he now deserves. So what exactly happened here, and why didn't I personally used to be much of a fan of AlphaDestiny and his content? I'll be honest, the primary reason in retrospect was his overemphasis on the rack pull above the knee and kind of some of the shenanigans that followed along with that and that exercise. And while I'm sure that the rack pull above the knee holds a special place in Alex's heart, and I doubt that even today he would admit that the stimulus to fatigue ratio of that exercise is simply not a favorable one in my opinion, the simple fact of the matter is he simply does not promote it nearly as frequently or place nearly as much of an emphasis on it now as he once did. And I think that him de-emphasizing that exercise to a degree has kind of allowed him to expand his repertoire, which in turn has allowed me to become more amenable and open to many of the things that he preaches. And I think a large part of this is simply the fact that Alex has matured a lot, both as a lifter and as a person. The thing is that much of his training advice from 4 or 5 years ago was a little bit iffy, but part of that was simply him having had the slight misfortune of becoming very popular on social media while being so young. A combination here of not really knowing much better and at the same time wanting badly to set yourself apart from the crowd, which can lead to potentially giving out some suboptimal advice, especially in a younger guy. But these days, he is not that guy anymore, not by a long shot. He's matured a shitload, and he's obviously learned a whole hell of a lot about fitness and strength training in the process. And I'm not the biggest fan of conjugate style training myself, which is Alex's go-to method. But even then, I cannot deny that there are a lot of similarities between what he promotes and what I do myself when I'm trying to maximize strength on a particular exercise or over a particular movement pattern. And I bring all these negative things up, right? I bring all these negative things up and say all these negative things in this video, not to be disrespectful or to throw shade at him, but rather as a testament to the work that he has put in here in building his knowledge base and continually learning for all these years. Basically, I'm saying all that to point out how far that he has come. And in order to do that, we need to remember where he started. But these days, he just stays in his lane and he consistently doles out solid fucking advice, man. He even made Doucette look like a screaming noob in their recent debate, and it was almost shocking watching the juxtaposition between the two of them when that was going on, as Coach Greg was completely outclassed by Alex's arguments in spite of Alex being something like 20 years his junior. But his arguments were sound, his logic flowed, and overall he presented a valid and motivational argument in regards to genetic potential, compared to Doucette's, which was just a negative and honestly super demotivational one, and can basically be summed up as you should quit before you have even started. So I just found that whole debate kind of funny, and honestly it kind of blew up, and that debate was really part of what got me digging more and more into Alex's content. And so these days, I would say that overall, he promotes a balance of strength, conditioning, and health. He wants to help you build muscle and build strength. He's not promoting an idiotic and excessive degree of leanness like many influencers on social media are. He promotes an overall healthy diet and an overall healthy lifestyle. He promotes cardio for its health and aesthetic benefits, and he's not tethered or married to any one specific training modality, right? He is a fan of low rep strength work with a barbell. He's got goals that pertain to the straight barbell bench press, but he doesn't just work with the straight barbell. Rather, really, he's willing to work with any kind of barbell, which is good. Working with a different variety of bars and implements is going to help keep you balanced, and it's going to make you more well-rounded overall. And Alex isn't afraid of hypertrophy style work in the higher rep ranges either. He also promotes a variety of calisthenic exercises, both weighted heavily and with body weight only. So that's good. That's a good mix of things there. He's also started to promote more leg work in recent history. I know I saw him make a video on how to set up for belt squats properly. As well, he's constantly emphasizing the importance of building a big, strong back, which is also a very important body part to build. And he does all of this within the context of always trying to improve, always trying to get better, right? Building muscle, building strength, building endurance, building health, and building overall fitness. And I just can't hate on that. Alex is the fucking man these days, and anyone who says otherwise is just being a fucking asshole. If you're looking for an experienced and qualified source of knowledge regarding conjugate style training, or you just want to see some super motivational and badass lifts like his recent 225-pound strict overhead press, or you just want a good source of knowledge of general strength and weight training for building overall health and fitness, then look no further than AlphaDestiny. You can't really go wrong here. I've been watching all of Alex's stuff on YouTube lately and keeping up with him on Instagram as well these last few months, and it's great. And I've picked up many tidbits already from my own training and for expanding my own body of coaching knowledge as well. So to answer the question that I posed in the title, what made me do such a 180 and completely change my opinion of AlphaDestiny? Well, I think that a big part of that, a very big part of that, is that Alex himself has matured a whole hell of a lot. He's learned a lot these last few years, and his credible base of knowledge shines through in all of his videos these days, honestly. Along with that, I think that I have matured a lot as well. I started dabbling with making YouTube videos a few years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago now, really. And I didn't really have many followers at the time, but I did have a fair bit of experience in the game of weight training. And I had many opinions to go along with that. But experience evolves and opinions change. And I think that my views on not just overall health and fitness, but also on strength and conditioning training in general have evolved substantially along with that as well. And they've all become much more comprehensive in the process. My views have become much more comprehensive in the process regarding everything as it pertains to fitness and strength training and conditioning and everything. And so along with that, I think that I've become a lot more open-minded, right? Open-minded and accepting of many different training concepts and different training modalities, even ones that I still wouldn't even necessarily use on myself. But really, it's maturation, I think, on both our parts is really what this whole change of heart boils down. But I really wanted to make this video because I kind of clowned Alex back in the day, and I don't think that clowning is deserved anymore. And right, wrong, or indifferent at the time kind of becomes irrelevant because the fact of the matter is, in my opinion, he's no longer the same guy that I was talking about back then. And because of that, those words and those sentiments kind of need to be rescinded. So if you haven't been watching Alex's stuff, you should go sub to his channel right now, and you should start doing that. And I'll link his channel below in the description. Anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. Remember to smash the like button before you leave. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and definitely leave me some love in the comments down below. And if you're interested in online coaching or training programs, be sure to visit my website, www.enkirielitefitness.com, for more details. Keep training hard, and I will catch you guys next time.